Yep. We need to
Oh,
refill.
one man?
Yeah, we can just refill and put it back on the stove.
Do you have certain water we're using?
Yeah.
I say we did our oats. I had never had a mobile support, and then when we connected with Joe with his band, now we're positioned to do a T tour.
Sure.
So she brought in the people sent in
Not the
recorded
center
songs from
Right.
Wisconsin, but
Yep.
wanted to perform but
Center?
couldn't do it, you know. So
Sure.
this group is especially dynamic because they're all like very multi-medium. They play
Sure.
all the instruments everybody has. They rotate around.
Would anyone like an Ezekiel bread muffin with
Yeah.
That would
That'd be amazing.
Would anyone not like that?
I think like
I was like involved.
Is anybody gluten free?
Sitting with Captain
Minnesota, Minneapolis, Twin Cities,
Oh, you had her.
Did you get some tea already?
Yeah,
Chesapeake Bay.
to really go
Yeah,
deep into the
I see.
sourcing
The
aspect.
lines within the.
Thank you.
They're gonna take photos of sips of tea, and we're trying to get like 1,000 pictures of 1,000 sips of tea, and then make a big collage.
This tea tasting is dedicated to rainforest rescue, specifically the work by the Analog Forestry Network, who has a system of farming that is about reforestation, and it's mostly most of the participating farms are small farms, and some of the success stories or successful farms include tea farms in Sri Lanka that are preserving methods of hand rolling tea. And so we're really happy to have tea as the connector and magnet for our artistry. And it's also a very beautiful thing to be able to pull together so many different artists that work in different mediums that all are willing to come together basically to support the reforestation project and projects and method. So it's kind of amazing to be able to find so many artists that care about the environment. By working in so many different mediums, the happening becomes very dynamic. It sometimes becomes very hard to explain to people what we're doing or why we're doing it. It's kind of a process, so it's a little bit different than a quick espresso shot conversation where everyone's in a hurry. Today is the 1,000 Sip Tea event. We're halfway through the event, and basically each event has been unique. There's so many people going from one space to the next. People are coming and going that present here is probably only about 1/3 of the tea that we source to share today. The idea is that we include all teas. It's not just exclusive to the teas in Sri Lanka, because all the farms that grow tea are potential members of this rainforest network. So part of the job that I've made for myself is to get to know tea, get to know the farmers, find out, are the teas from China, Japanese teas, Korean teas. And tea is so vast that even after doing this for a whole year, every day I'm learning something. There's so many different crowds of tea lovers going on right now. You have herbalists, people who are practicing Qigong, healing with whole foods. You have pu'er lovers attempting to get off coffee. You have oolong, kombucha making, Jun making going on. So there's just a lot of activity in America. We've learned about 3 or 4 other groups that are also touring and working with music as well. And on that note, I'd just like to open it up for questions.
So what exactly is the tie-in with the arts and the is it a coalescence of all the artists coming together to network and share their experiences?
Absolutely, I believe that it's an interdependent movement.
Hmm.
So as a fiber artist that does paper weaving or working with silk, he is a natural guide, and I had a really tough time sharing fiber arts alone.
Sure.
And so as I started to talk to artists and attempt to collaborate, it just sort of became an easy step to share tea as opposed to like beer and energy drinks.
Sure.
And so,
Yes. Yes.
the idea is rainforest rescue and preservation of dying art forms,
Yep.
with leading into potentials of doing an eco tour in Costa Rica that's backed by the Guatemalan weavers,
Sure.
so that we can start to create communication channels where we could bring their grandmothers back to do skill shares, or we could take all the yoga massage practitioners out to lead the eco tours and be able to provide them with opportunities to share their practices. And let's say, if that was a week-long event, the whole time that's going on would include weaving and fiber artistry. So like the Tibetans, everyone that goes home from the eco tour
Right.
goes home with 20 scarves
Sure.
that they can pass to their friends and talk about it.
I also feel the arts are a very important thing for these movements, because arts of any form is something that attracts attention. It gets people to take a look and listen, and it's something that's great to connect other artists, and it's pretty universal.